have 732 black guys killed in confrontation with cops. That's not nothing. That's not nothing.
Okay, Geraldo, listen, I'm one of those that believes every life matters. I believe as a Christian that every life was granted by God. And one of the things that frustrates me here is we always seem to focus on cases that are brought up through a political prism because they advance a narrative, and nobody seems to be getting or paying attention to how wrong the president has been, how wrong Hillary Clinton is, how wrong is it that for them to embrace Black Lives Matter, people that dare to say, what do we want? Dead cops? When do we want them now? Are you serious? The president of the United States invites him to the Oval Office?
If you focus your wrath, Sean, on, say,
there's no wrath, it's justice, it's fundamental fairness.
On the hardcore hip-hop rap community that extols the virtue of anti-police violence. I think that to me, those are the people that are promulgating or exaggerating the reality, where they glorify the violence, where they glorify the confrontations with the thin blue line and so forth. I think that there's a real bad guy there, but I think that the pigs in a blanket business, I don't know, I'm not sure how many times that's really happened. I know it happened at one time. I was on the air with you in the Middle West.
One time is too much when you're talking about dead cops. And what do we want dead cops? All right, stay right there, all of you. And by the way, it is a little ironic that this very week, 2 days ago, that Obama gets it so indignant because he wants his legacy and he doesn't want black Americans to vote for Donald Trump because that will, he outrages legacy, which I find offensive. Mr. Mayor, Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor, let me go back to you. I'm watching all of this unfold. Yeah. We've seen the rocks. We've seen the bottles. We've seen the 16 injured officers from last night. Reports that some might have been injured tonight, but those reports are conflicting.
You know who we haven't seen tonight? The President of the United States. And we haven't seen the President of the United States tonight get on television and say you shouldn't do this. Look, this is going to turn out to be a justified shooting. An African-American police chief laid out the facts today. He seemed to me to be an honest, honorable, decent man. I would find it very hard to believe he's a racist. He laid out the facts. I would have no reason to disbelieve it. I understand the criminal justice system, and I'm surprised that Geraldo doesn't understand it, that you can't put information like this out. I did it a couple of times, actually, and got severely criticized for doing it. Put out the criminal records of the people who were killed in order to show that they were people who instigated violence all throughout their lives. Now, the reality is that people like my good friend, Geraldo, are part of the problem here. There aren't two sides to this story. There's just one side. It's called the truth. And people have to be told the truth. And a leader of a country has to be able to stand up and tell the truth. So if he turns out to be wrong about Trayvon Martin, if he turns out to be wrong about the hands up, if he turns out to be wrong about a situation in which a police officer acted improperly, he should give a speech to the country, including to the African-American community who would listen to him more than they would to me, and say, I was wrong. And the reason that we have so many confrontations, and there aren't that many actually, but whatever number there are between blacks and police officers, is because of the high level of crime, which is 7 times per capita what it is in the white communities in these areas. Now, I could have, when I was mayor, kept all my police officers on Park Avenue. They'd have been very happy, except I'd have 7,000 more black people dead. So the police are there because of the heavy amount of crime in those communities, about which President Obama has said nothing, done nothing, nor does he offer any leadership in a situation like this, where we have civil unrest to the point where people are being killed and harmed and hurt. Where is the president tonight? Sleeping in his bed? Why shouldn't he get on? Maybe he should have called the police chief today. If I were president, I'd have called the police chief today, and I'd have asked him to show me the tape. And I would have gone on television, and if the police chief was right, I would have said, back them up. Stand back. Stop it. Let's not have a riot. There's no excuse. And I'm going to tell you, even if the police officer was wrong, there's no excuse for what's going on right now. We have a criminal justice system. It works. our leaders, our president, our attorney general for sure, has to get people to believe in our system, not attack it. And that's all they do, attack it.
You know, you're raising such incredible points here. And
where is the president tonight? This is the night we need a president. This is the night we need a leader. And we happen to have an Italian. I was an Italian American, so it gave me tremendous credibility in defeating the mafia. I could stand up to them, I could talk back to them, and I never stopped. Where do we have our African American president standing up to these criminals who are on the street right now, who are throwing rocks, shooting, looting their own people's stores? Where is that president protecting those innocent people? He's sleeping in his bed, completely oblivious to it. And if I had become president in 2008, and there had been 3,000 murders in my city, you think I'd have kept my mouth shut? Do you think I would have kept my mouth shut?
No, because to be perfectly honest,
you know why? Because I care about the lives of all black people. Not just black people that are shot by police, not just black people that are shot by other blacks, not just white people, but all people. And when I was mayor of New York, I went to every shooting that happened that was serious. And when I was U.S. Attorney, I went to every shooting that happened. And Geraldo may have been with the police a lot, but I've been at the deathbed of 24 police officers. And one of my cousins died in the line of duty. So you can't tell me that this is not about a lack of leadership at the very, very top. This is happening because of 8 years of Barack Obama. And his failure to speak tonight is a tremendous testament to his total lack of leadership.
All right, Mr. Mayor, I got to put you on hold again.
No,
Thank
I'm
you so much
for Sean, I've got to get up early.
All right,
and I said enough. And I'm sorry if I offended my good friend Geraldo, but I found a lot of what he was saying.
No, he deserved a lot of that. Trust me, I work with him every day, and I argue with him every day.
I love Geraldo, but I think
we all do.
Buying into this is very dangerous, and it's just going to continue this. We have to tell people the truth.
All right, Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for all your time tonight, and your insight and your experience. It's much appreciated. Joining us now